Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Adventure, or should I say, Super Sonic Adventure?
That's not a Sonic.
That's a question mark.
Oh my god!
That's a curly exclamation mark if I've ever done seen it.
Well, what do you say, fellas? Why don't we see what the story of this here question mark, who claims himself to be Super Sonic, is all about?
Yeah.
Actually, I just realized I'm on the wrong save file, too. Give me a moment, folks.
Welp!
Oops.
See that?
Devil damn it, James.
It's all
It's fine.
good.
If it means anything, it's like... I guess that is one thing that's kind of funny about how the story mode, the adventure mode works. Like, everyone else, you go right back to, like, a post-game sort of moment. Like, Super Sonic plays it differently, though, because it just... when you select Super Sonic, you go straight back to the very beginning of the campaign, because all this is just a little extra story and then a final boss. That's it.
Yep. It's our epilogue, our hopefully our victory lap.
So, let's catch everyone up real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Big the Cat stole Tails' Tornado 2, which had its Chaos Emerald still inside it.
Which looks nothing like a Chaos Emerald from the outside looking in.
And then Angel Island fell again.
Somehow.
God damn it.
Because for some reason someone took the Master Emerald again. Also, I love the fact that they're just very unabashedly taking this footage again.
Really, again?
Knuckles just like, I just put it up.
Only at the crack of dawn as opposed to a storm.
I just put it up last week.
Meanwhile, Eggman's got pissy britches over losing to Sonic again.
Harumph, harumph. Rabble, frabble.
But just when he thought that Chaos was dead, he wasn't.
Well,
And Chaos was like, "Hello, you have something of mine."
Who pissed on the floor?
what?
And now we go right back to Knuckles.
Master Emerald is where it belongs.
I feel like I'm just
Angel
like
Island
naked, huh?
This doesn't make any sense.
Naked grandma! Naked, huh?
Naked, huh?
I wouldn't want to see that. Hey, who now?
Those
I know you're right.
that I brought
I know you're right. No one wants to go in a room and
what's happening.
see a naked grandma. What are the chances?
How did he not realize that he was missing an emerald?
I don't know, because it was in the plane, I thought.
No, he just took what Chaos had. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Eggman.
Like he wasn't even concerned about the 7th Emerald still being missing. And yeah, somehow Eggman's here.
I thought I gave you an
An eviction
a
notice.
restraining order.
Is what?
Chaos is still alive, and he's come to say hello.
Glurb, glurb.
You're not supposed to be within 150 feet of the Master Emerald, Eggman.
What even are you talking about? You never sent me an eviction notice. Or a restraining order, for that matter.
Would you like one? I did with my fists on your face.
Anyway, now we're back with Sonic, who, you know, he's just chilling.
He's chilling like a villain.
Take another vacation somewhere.
Another vacation?
Well, I mean, his first vacation kind of went in shambles thanks to Chaos.
Hey there, Tails.
And slide him. It was just a silly thing.
Also amazing that Angel Island fell again, but Sonic nor Tails are affected by this, considering we're literally within the blast radius of that tidal wave that spawned.
Yeah, there should have been a friggin' earthquake.
Boy, Sonic sure is a heavy sleeper. What?
Wake up, you lazy bitch!
Logan, I hate how that calls me out.
Oh,
It must be one of those natural earthquakes again.
Oh, an earthquake. Well, gotta get back to sleep.
No
why do
biggie.
I see you actually doing that, hun?
Sleeping through an earthquake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, an earthquake? Alright.
If I'm a heavy sleeper, I'm a heavy sleeper.
Man, everybody's on a snooze cruise today.
Knuckles.
Oh shit, evacuation. Alright, I'll go back to sleep.
He stole my Chaos
I love how he pronounces, "What happened here?"
alive. What?
But if he has all the emeralds now,
Not quite, he's still missing one.
But where?
Maybe if we're lucky, he'll never find it.
Wait up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And Eggman's like, how could that big drip betray me?
deuces.
Fearsome beast. If he
I should have soaked him up with a sponge when I had the chance!
We'll get on it.
Eggman, weren't you feeding that fucker all those emeralds in the first place?
Oh, No, I was giving them to him for safekeeping.
Yeah, feeding.
Wow, that's such bullshit.
And now it's time for Tikal to unveil to Sonic the most pivotal point of Tikal's whole life
It looks
story.
familiar.
Everything is red except for his bracelet.
And now, outside of the fucking memory, Sonic is going derp-eyed.
There is a massive rave. Oh, no, it's not a rave.
Thank you, Sunkame Johnny.
Yeah, no, like, again, Dreamcast lighting was not kind to the scene.
Yeah.
But it's really funny to look back on.
Damn, it's that one festival where you go see a man get lit on fire, like a big giant
Yeah, Burning Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Firefest?
And look here, Jackman's still got his eyes closed. What the fuck?
I just realized.
For a single moment, you can go back, James. For a moment, I saw what looked like his iris, like in his eyes, like his pupil, but
It was trying to escape.
I was about to say for shits and giggles.
It wanted freedom.
About to say for shits and giggles. Damn, I guess he is also a heavy sleeper.
oh lord, the army!
Yeah, no, they literally are just shoving right past her, and all the little chows that were there to aid her.
They're trampling them.
Actually,
Ow.
now that I think about it, I have a question for James Man in the chat.
Hmm?
Have you guys ever been in an earthquake?
No.
I have once.
No.
I've never been in an earthquake, thankfully.
I've felt a few. Nothing super catastrophic, but there was at least one time where it jolted me so much that it kind of kept me awake.
Oh.
Well, you're in California, right?
So
Yes.
I'll say two
So
things.
how
One,
often do they really happen?
not too often.
Not super duper frequent. I mean, at least where I live anyway. And yeah, Chaos is pissed.
And that is what chaos exists to be, a defender of the imbalance of nature. Also, the fire effects look so much better in this mod.
Yo, I can't believe it
Yeah,
was.
but-
Yo, I can't believe it was Goop from Ben 10.
Yeah, no, the fire. I mean, I'll agree with you, Logan. The fire effects are good, but again, this freaking red flashing lights is a little too much.
It's like there's a klaxon siren going off.
That I appreciate DX did fix, because like again, this is a little overbearing.
It didn't really fix it in DX.
It's not as bad.
I mean, it's not as severe, but it didn't really
Also,
fix
don't ask me why the stairs somehow failed.
What?
it.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna blame that on the mod.
Now you're
Does
fine.
that usually happen in the mod?
It did happen to me on my other test playthrough, so maybe.
Remember the line, remember the line.
Or that could just be a failure on the PC, on the current stability of the PC port. But anyway, terribly sorry about talking over a very pivotal point where Tikal literally seals Chaos inside the Master Emerald.
She remembered the enchantment that her mother taught her, and we need to remember
Mother taught her
now.
that?
And don't
I
worry,
assume
Sega
so.
will remember that for at least one more game.
And
Oh.
I was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
You guessed.
that cut is always so good. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm so upset.
talk about it all. Knuckles just ditched you.
I saw it all, Sonic! I thought you were dead!
I saw it all, Sonic. I saw everything. I saw the war.
Isn't collision physics excellent?
Something. What are you looking at?
You want me to see you do it again?
He's smooth
Do it
crippling it.
again.
Also, for that matter, isn't the camera great?
You want to see me do that again?
That happens every goddamn time. I fucking hate it.
Sorry, but hey, we're good. Hey, we're good now. Now we can. So wait, where do we go now? Do we just return back to Station Square?
Well, no, actually. We never go back to Station Square. What we actually want to go doing, for those that actually know where the plane landed, it was over near Big's house.
Oh, to try and get to the last cast center before it's too late. Fair enough.
Get to the house.
Now, Sonic and Tails probably wouldn't know that immediately, but we do, so we're going to lead them right to it.
Well,
Oh,
thankfully, you don't have to navigate the maze that is for jungle.
Chaos Emerald and leave.
Unfortunately, Chaos was one step ahead of them, and yeah, no, he's got them all.
Devil damn it. Oh, shucks. Don't you hate it when there's a sudden water spout?
Now what do we do?
And it only takes,
A
like,
sudden water
a tiny
spigot.
little shell off the beach?
What do we do now, Tails? We restart the game and watch the intro cinematic.
Yep. Honestly, yes.
So what was that?
Welcome to Sonic Adventure.
Welcome to our Sonic Adventure DX playthrough, everybody.
Go ahead, Hype.
So what was that about us not needing to go back to Station Square again?
Well, not by our own control, to be fair. Not by our own control. The story will do that for us.
Because now it's time to see what happens when nature gets mad. Tells you to take the lemons back. Tells you to just go and teach your grandma to suck eggs.
Give me that PS2.
This is what happens when a water god who had the worst days of his life come back to life and have all the power in the world to wreak havoc on, well, this random city he just decided to come across.
All's well that ends well, right?
Not yet.
I'm still gonna say it anyways. Don't ruin this for me.
Not yet!
Don't ruin this for me.
You know, bless the citizens of Station Square for being able to evacuate when shit got real bad.
Holy shit, the size of that wave terrifies me every time.
I'm refraining from making a joke now. Shoot, dang.
Because it's something that can happen, apparently.
Yeah, it can.
I know exactly where you're gonna go with that.
Ah man, Hurricane Katrina really do be do be doing some damage. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
And there it is.
I want like a YouTube poop style freeze frame of chaos roaring here, and it's like, yep, that's me. You may be wondering how they got myself in this situation. Well, for that we're going to have to go back a bit.
So Sonic was there for Hurricane Katrina? Damn.
Oh,
Apparently.
7 years beforehand.
So you're telling us Chaos's real name is Katrina?
Yes.
Monster. He's a real menace.
Katrina Chaos.
That's putting it very lightly, Sonic.
They both start with a C.
No,
Wait,
Katrina
no.
is a K, not a C.
Yeah.
Looks like he's after
Every
Chaos
kiss
too.
begins with chaos.
How do you kiss Chaos, though? He has no lips.
Bullshit,
Chaos can
Eggman.
just
That's
rename
no,
the-
That's not the egg carrier 2.
Eggman, did you forget what you said like a few sessions ago, dude?
And unfortunately, Chaos finds that very cute.
Okay, bye.
I like the sandbox.
Ah,
It's just the original low poly egg carrier.
Just once, I want everyone to just look at Eggman as like, well, I don't see you coming up with any better ideas after all that just happened.
Goodbye, Eggman.
Oh, lordy.
And he just
Oh.
disappears.
Team Rocket blasting off again.
You are anyway.
Yeah, no, he got chunked real bad in Sonic Adventures ending. At least he fared better by SA2 and onward, but still.
Yeah.
Hello, Tutorial Fairy.
Who sealed Chaos?
Hey,
The Master
listen!
Emerald.
Hey, listen!
Got a point.
I shall do neither.
I shall do neither as well.
So
Therefore,
now we
gunpoint.
finally see Tikal in the flesh in modern day.
Is she really in the flesh or is she just a ghost?
One of the two.
Yes.
Who
She
cares?
She has herself become a spirit of chaos, or at the very least, I guess the antithesis to usually keep him under control. But unfortunately, he is still pretty angry.
Listen, she's Chaos's mommy, okay? What?
Well, no.
In a sense.
It's more a matter of like she was the Master Emerald's good devil, or the good angel. Chaos is the evil devil on the shoulder.
Why does the ground texture look like a static TV screen?
Oh, it does. Man, but oh my god. Also, I just had a freaking like scary flashback, James, of like seeing that happen. It's like, boy, if this were a lesser game, they would force all of the side characters to suddenly do an entire gauntlet of unfair level challenges to find all those emeralds to bring them back to Sonic.
With insta-kill obstacles that just do whatever the fuck they feel.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a crying shame if we
Ugh!
did here?
But fortunately, they realized that a cutscene can pull the exact same effect, and everyone's okay with it.
And they just show up.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even have minded this game having its own end of the world stage, just because all the characters control so much better than they did in 06.
Hey guys, what's
Yeah.
Also, I think it's also kind of a cute touch of like Amy's there with, in a sense, Gamma as well.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Sonic, you
Which only took me until like, a couple years ago for me to actually realize that.
I think Tails is
Yeah, it was
Because-
kind of a slow runner for me too.
Throughout this whole cutscene, I was thinking, where's Gamma?
Hey man, I just
Also,
realized.
I'm not sure what to think about this. What's up, Hype?
I was just noticing, like, they're only holding 6 emeralds, because Knuckles has 4 of them, and Tails and Amy each have 1 each. Where's the 7th one?
Good guys.
The Wise and Big here with them, giving them to Sonic.
Let's see. He's
Don't
holding
question.
6 wait, no, he's holding 6 emeralds there.
We don't
no,
question.
let's be real here. He was just off screen.
Or he knows. The 7th Chaos Emerald was inside him all
Thanks
along.
to everyone's power. Now be careful. That is not the same Sonic that you knew of the power.
Okay, he's exactly the Sonic you once knew.
Yeah, that was a very good scene.
I love
But
that.
anyway,
Sweet.
bear with me, folks, because Perfect Chaos, especially nowadays, still gives me shit sometimes.
Well, so essentially, how does this boss work? It usually is just like a race to the end of a track.
It's a race straight to chaos, but it's not just a simple race. It's a race where you must be at your fastest, lest you want to stall for time and lose all your rings.
As long as you have that blue shield up, that means you could just ram straight into chaos.
Oh yeah, no, the blue streak means it's
Yeah.
guaranteed. But even then, you don't even need to be a blue streak in order for it to count. You just need to be at a high enough speed. The blue one just means it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Oh, and also for the first time.
God damn it.
Whoa. And also for the first
Whoa.
time introducing the Supersonic themes, Open Your Heart, which is it's a jam for me. I like it.
I want to say this was the very first song that Crush 40 ever did for the Sonic franchise.
I
I can
believe
see
so.
that.
And I mean, what a really good first impression.
It works out.
I love it.
This final boss affected my childhood in such a positive manner.
I could see it. It's a and so, I guess I'll say real quick in case you're not there with us. What did you think of the Supersonic fights in Frontiers?
Frontiers. Oh, yeah, that's
To
right.
Icky.
Boss fights.
Me?
Yeah, 'cause it's saying that this one affected you so much, and congrats, James, you did it.
I think they're okay.
Logan, you think it was going to end that easily?
No, there's a second
Oh.
form.
I've heard theories that this particular music piece was intended to play during the first phase,
Maybe, and I guess that would make a little more sense.
and now the background's a twinge darker.
Not bad.
Whoa.
Also, now, unfortunately, going to come to a point where we're going to have to start reusing level elements, and the rings you previously collected do not respawn. So if you're not careful, you could end up in a dead match.
But
Literally.
yeah, I was gonna say, Icky, seeing how this one affected you, like, or influenced you, impacted you in a big way, given it. What did you think? How do you think about Supersonic battles as they've evolved to where they are in Frontiers?
They're okay. It's just that I'm not really playing Sonic games for the Supersonic fights.
Fair, I guess.
I think like the best instance, in my opinion, is in modern memory, only because I haven't played many Sonic games in general. I really like the final boss in Sonic Mania.
Yeah, that's fine. That one's fine. Kind of annoyed me at the worst of times, though.
Yeah.
We'll say out of all of these Crush 40 Supersonic ones, my personal favorite is actually, I think, What I'm Made Of from Heroes.
That was
Yeah.
good.
I love that one so
Okay,
much.
that's a good pick. Yeah. By the way, if you want to gather speed quickly, just jump and homing attack.
Hey, you did it!
Real talk. Thank freaking God, Murphy decided not to rear his ugly head.
You got a perfect run.
Thank you, Murphy.
That's the smoothest I've taken out Perfect Chaos in a while.
I'll play with you some
Scooba doo bop beep bop
You
boop
did
bop.
it!
Oh my gosh, didn't even get a chance to say Doug
Scooby-Doo.
and Sammy and Hyde, what'd you guys think of this fight?
You know, it's chaos.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about it. I'm just like, it's chaos.
It's alright.
You want to know
Okay.
a number that's funnier than 24? 25.
What?
Because of the rings.
But we're already past the 25th anniversary of Sonic.
No, because I was making a joke about the ring count. The ones that don't matter.
Out of
Yeah.
all of these years, the
Cha-
seven
the Cha-
Chow.
The Seven Chow.
The
to
7
save his-
Chaos Chow! Wait, no, they're not Chaos Chow, they're just
The
babies.
Seven Chow to save his soul.
chaos.
But yeah, and I guess my overall thoughts on the boss fight, like, I think it's pretty good. I honestly think it's better than BioLizard, but if you were to ask me what I prefer with Supersonic nowadays, honestly, contrary to what Iki said, I think Frontiers did it the best.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to top that.
Has some incredible moments to it, but
Meanwhile, now that Chaos has been purified in heart, in both mind and body,
And soul.
Fuse with me.
Oh, Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
funnily enough, they kind of do that in one of the Archie. I want to say the Archie comics.
Yeah, they do. It's horrible.
Yeah.
oh, you know, back in the Pender years.
Yep.
No, I don't think that was even a Pender comic.
It wasn't. It was an Ian Flynn one.
Ah,
well, how about this? Because I'm curious. Because I forgot if we had touched upon that. Hype. How do they handle chaos in battle?
Um,
Why
Is he just kind of there?
well, yeah, because
Like
basically
story
he was. Well, story-wise, he was there responding to the threat that Eggman was holding with his new Death Egg.
Oh.
So
okay.
Chaos was
Chaos
An
Zero
ally
appears in
of
Sonic
sorts.
Battle, yeah, but he sees Emerald as a villain, so you have to fight Emerald, or maybe it's Sonic fights him. I forget.
No, I think it was Emerald. Yeah, that had to fight him, and for all intents and purposes, that was just a super boss.
Does
Okay.
Chaos say anything in battle, or does he just
No.
make gurgling noises?
He was mute.
Ah, okay.
Anyway,
Bye, Aggie.
as the old saying goes,
Say the line, Sonic!
no, it's not
Tails?
Sonic, let's say it's Tails that says the line.
I'm sorry.
All's well that ends well, right?
Tails, there are millions of people dead.
Tails.
It turned into anarchy. Oh my god!
Tails.
God. And Sonic wants none of it.
It's like, fuck that, I'm out of here.
And that's when I play Shadow the Hedgehog.
I didn't even consider the fact that I don't. What's the city in Shadow the Hedgehog, Doug? Is that Station Square or is it
Westopolis.
a different
That's
city?
Westopolis.
Westopolis.
It's Westopolis.
Yeah, no. So this is legitimately just wherever Sonic goes, chaos and destruction shall follow. It's like, all right, well, off to the next town.
Yeah, I guess so. Because it is. I mean, to this day, it's still not even clear which city Escape takes place in. Like, I always thought it was Station Square rebuilt and all that, but it's never been confirmed.
So
Supposedly, it's supposed to be based on, like, Central America.
Most specifically San Francisco, because that's where Sonic Team.
Oh, you mean SA2?
yeah,
that's
that-
it.
yeah,
That's
so-
it.
yeah, the intro stage.
Oh.
Because don't forget, I always thought it had something. I always thought that city had to be somewhere near the big island that Eggman then later blows up.
Yeah, in that case, it's definitely San Fran.
In any case, James, what did you think of Sonic Adventure?
Much like Mario 64, I have a hell of a nostalgia spot for Sonic Adventure, and I mean, yeah, it definitely hasn't held up at the best of times, especially when you're playing as anyone but the regular trio.
Yeah.
But I can still stomach through it perfectly fine, and I still feel just as satisfied as I did back when I was 11 years old.
Aww.
And I mean, nowadays we live in a time where, even though if you want to buy the game legally, you'd have to do it through Sonic Adventure DX on Steam.
Yep.
Ooh.
Which I do have.
And, if it's left unaltered, it's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
But mods definitely save it.
Hooray!
It's actually funny because I actually have an original PC copy of Sonic Adventure.
I did too. Like, honestly, I had the GameCube version, and then at some point I noticed there was a PC version, and I decided, fuck it, I'll get that version too.
You could also get it on the PlayStation 3 store, if that's still a thing.
And Xbox. And they're
Yeah.
pretty much the exact same port that we have now on Steam.
Pretty much.
Unfortunately, with that same, again, unaltered, you don't get this widescreen support that you've been seeing all throughout. You don't see all the, nice little touch-ups and everything. It's a pretty, again, it's kind of a messy port. Functional, but messy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just basically.
But otherwise, the main story's there, and as we saw with mods, you can still capture that old vibe.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll still say, for what it's worth, as far as, the tone in a Sonic game is concerned, I'd say it's more or less perfect. It has all the fun stuff, but it also has all the, times to be serious without, being super heavy-handed.
Yeah.
I still think that this kind of gameplay for Sonic should have been the baseline for future games. But unfortunately,
And it was for a while, but then
Sonic 06 happened, then they just decided to go fast. And it's like, hey, what's a platformer again?
look, I'm not going to be that asshole and say that the boost formula killed Sonic again. Because
No,
I
it
still
didn't
think
kill it. It's just...
And if any, it's unlike you, Iki. I do actually like the first three of those games.
I think Unleashed Generations were solid.
I find
Yeah.
stuff to appreciate in Generations and Unleashed the most. But
That's
I
fair.
can't honestly say that I enjoy how Sonic controls. Like, the reason I just stopped playing Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors, is because I don't like how Sonic controls. Like, I expect a 3D platformer to feel like...
You just wanted it to be a faster Mario 64,
Yeah,
throughout
exactly.
its whole legacy.
But unfortunately, that isn't the case.
I mean, I do agree. That's kind of I do think, as far as the core foundation of a 3D Sonic Adventure perfect then. It's damn near perfect. It's just a matter of making it a little tighter.
Right. So,
I mean,
they had something with SA2, and then Heroes and Shadow kind of just happened and cranked up the acceleration to such an obnoxious degree.
Admittedly, I kind of think Sonic Adventure 2 Sonic doesn't control that well. At least in comparison to Sonic Adventure 1.
I think it's fine, but I do agree that it was already damn near perfect in SA1, and there was not much of a need to change it aside from
And yet
making
it just
everything-
feels different to me.
That is fair. So, Sammy, what did you think of Sonic Adventure 1, reliving it one more time with us?
So, it is a flawed game. I can say that much. I never grew up with it. But I can see the appeal and why people like it still, or why people
Yay.
would defend it.
Okay.
My first Sonic game was Sonic Rush Adventure, and I love that game dearly, and to my heart.
even with all the obnoxious padding.
Yes.
Fair.
Even with that baby Marine.
What, you talking shit about me, mate?
No.
Yes,
I'm just
yeah, you
stating
fucking
the
are.
obvious. I'm just stating that they're a baby.
I'm not a fucking baby. Piss off.
There's more to do. So what? So whilst I continue interviewing them, James, what else can we do in this wonderful version?
So we can show off mission mode.
We're not doing
What?
fishing mode.
We can show off mission mode.
I know.
Oh, I get what you mean. Fishing mode, as in fishing mail.
No!
But yeah, no. No, we're not fishing. I don't care for fishing no more. Anyway, mission mode was something they added on for Sonic Adventure DX and onward. Basically,
Ooh!
fuck. What's that been there?
What is that?
I
What?
have no idea. Challenge start? What the?
Collect 6 MD Yukuwa.
What?
I have no idea what this is.
Well, they want you to
What
collect
is
all
another-
all the cards of the developer, like that one up there.
Oh, well, okay then. I guess I'll do just that. You know what?
I
It might
am
be one of the
so
modes
confused.
This might be another... Oh.
Oh,
Well, that's-
that's the mission.
That's the actual mission, but it's also like... Fuck. Okay. Before I lose my train of thought, mission mode proper is when you find these cards, they'll give you a mission. Try to clear the mission, follow what the mission tells you, and then you'll clear it.
Okay.
And in the original GameCube release of Sonic Adventure DX, these also counted towards you being able to unlock a couple additional Game Gear games for play whenever you felt like.
And emblems.
And emblems,
Got
of
the-
course.
What?
Okay, that's fair.
I for all I know, Iki, I think this might just be this might be is DLC from the original Sonic Adventure game.
So you
It could
found
be.
me.
I don't know.
Well, while we're doing that,
I can't think of any other reason why they're here.
there's just a lot.
I'd
So
love to see what comes out of this.
Anyway,
Yeah.
once you clear at least I want to say 10 missions or so, then you unlock another Game Gear game. And
Oh,
you
okay.
can collect at least 20 emblems. That's when you get another Game Gear game. Collect all the emblems, beat all the missions, and you pretty much get every Game Gear game. Which again doesn't mean much nowadays, considering Sonic Mania, Sonic Origins Plus,
Origins Plus.
where that's going to be one of the.
The star attraction.
They're going to just include all 12 Game Gear games.
Okay. Well, while we continue
I'm
to...
actually really interested to see where this goes.
Anyway, now while I take care of a couple of these missions, Sam, please finish your thought on what you think of Sonic Adventure. While I go take the hamburger shop man here straight to
Oh,
Station
Jeffrey.
Square.
So, I do get why people like this game. I guess, like, for me, it's like, I don't know, I always prefer, like, the more straightforward games, honestly. It's kind of just how I am, personally, and it's my preference.
That's fair. Like, none of this hub world shit. Just go from A to B, and that's that.
Yeah,
Like
then
the
again,
approach.
I'm saying this is a hypocritical statement because I literally play Earthbound and all you do is do stupid fucking missions constantly. But you also do go from, like, point A
Well,
to
Earthbound's
point
also
B
an
in
entirely
every-
different genre of
and
game,
every,
so...
like, every little mission you do does count for getting to the final objective, so I can't really say that that's pointless.
I
Fair.
think there's one of those cards in the alleyway.
There might be. I'll check.
Wait,
So,
what do you...
while we're doing
I
that...
can't take
Oh,
a
go ahead.
shower, what the fuck?
We have to probably take care of the pipes or something down the
Jump.
sewers.
Whoa.
But while... So I guess... Okay, then I guess that is fair enough, Sammy. Thank you. Hype, what did you think about Sonic Adventure?
Well, I'll say, first off, apologies in editing if it's hard to really understand me, because again, Discord has a vendetta against me this evening. First off, what the heck's with that billboard?
Sonic X.
If you can imagine,
Ew.
if you can believe it, Sonic Adventure DX on Steam came out around the time Sonic X was on the big screen.
You mean
Sonic
you mean
Adventure
the
DX
GameCube
on
version?
GameCube.
The GameCube version, sorry, came out when Sonic X was on 4Kids.
Yeah, they both came out in 2003, and this is pretty much just their means of promoting it. Although, in my case, meant Jack, or it meant for most of you, it meant Jack because they leave that whole billboard there, but they don't tell us what network it was going to be on.
Yep.
It's like, who is this child?
But then we learn later it's on the Fox box, and everyone's like, ugh.
And then it became 4Kids.
But yes, back to you, Hype.
But yeah, honestly, I'm kind of in a somewhat similar boat with Sam in a sense of like, I do understand why people hold Sonic Adventure in high regard, and to an extent, I do agree that it is an important game in the franchise, considering that, you know, it's the first fully 3D Sonic game. It set a lot of precedents for, like, gameplay and even storytelling for Sonic. It's like, I respect Sonic Adventure and the legacy that it brought to the franchise, but I'm not going to let that keep me from saying that at the risk of making a lot of people want to strangle me, I also think it's one of the more overrated games in the franchise.
Aw.
In the general sense, I'd agree. Only because when I say I enjoy Sonic Adventure, I only say that as like Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. I couldn't give two shits about playing as Amy, Big, or Gamma.
Fair. Doug, what did you think about Sonic Adventure 1?
Basically the same with Sam and Steve. I can respect the legacy this game had, and I know I didn't get this game when this came out, or even DX, because I didn't have a Dreamcast nor GameCube at the time.
Okay.
But I did play it a few years later, of course, like I said around the beginning of the commentary. It's just a meh for me. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, would your opinion of it change? Or not opinion of it. Would you say that you hold a higher opinion for Sonic Adventure 2 then, if we were to go back and do that one?
That depends.
I mean, I guess as far as this era of Sonic is concerned, which ones would you say is your favorite?
I don't really know, honestly. That's a hard one to even
Oh.
pick.
And that's why
I
Sonic
mean-
Drift sucks.
That's why Sonic Drift sucks.
Would you say that the Dreamcast era was completely overrated?
I mean, James, man.
I mean, I can
Realistically
respect that era.
Realistically speaking, are you talking about the Dreamcast era or the Game Gear era? Because
Yes, we are all well aware of how weird it is for Sonic to be driving a car.
no, it's not that weird to me.
But to
Actually,
finish
if
my
I
thought
could
real-
respond...
I was about to say, just to finish my thing real quick, from Logan's question about the SA2 thing. That really depends, because I kind of have a heavy mix within the Adventure fans, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm so sorry. I gotta get going to dinner soon, but I was gonna finish this. My own thoughts on this was that, like, I think Sonic Adventure was a slightly shaky step into 3D, like true 3D and stuff. But I think what they had was a very solid, like, adaptation to try and give you that same kind of like fun, like punk, like rock, like attitude in the Sonic games in 3D. With this, I think they had a lot that they had to, like, you know, adapt and step up to the plate with, given, like, you know, they had to now set the precedent for what this era of Sonic would now become. I think the music is a bop, as it should be, as you should. And again, I pretty much same with you guys. If it's the main cast, I think it's fine. The other ones have slightly more unconventional control schemes that can range from okay to just what am I doing?
It's one of those things where if it wasn't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Just stick with what worked, and then, you know, add on. Like, you can add on to it for sure, like with Knuckles and his Emerald Hunting, but that's really all people like Sonic for.
Yeah, I'm not against Sega at some point in the future making, like, a new collection of Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes.
Agreed. And I mean, I do think if, like, my whole point still stands of that you can say whatever you want about the Adventure era compared to everything else, but I'll still say that the foundation for Sonic's control in that is perfect. And I do appreciate that something like Sonic Frontiers is slowly but surely going back to it.
We're getting there.
It's at least a step in the right direction.
Right.
Alright, with that, I gotta get going for now, but thank you.
And I mean, you say that. I actually think that was a pretty good time for us to more or less call it quits for this year playthrough of Sonic Adventure.
Well, actually, then in that case, then real quick, Hype, what did you want to say before we sign off fully?
Well, it was in the question that you gave Doug. I was gonna say, like, if the rest of us were allowed to respond to it in terms of like what I think of like the era in general. Overall, I feel. Excuse me.
No, say. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was about to say, like, overall, I feel like, again, at the risk of people wanting to strangle me, I feel like this era of Sonic hasn't really aged all that gracefully in a sense of, like, you know, nostalgia notwithstanding, I don't think this should be, like, you know, the absolute gold standard of what people think a return to Sonic should be like. Like, there's elements I definitely get, but I don't know if I want it to be, like, spot on like this. But if I did have to pick, like, a game that I would go back to over Adventure, I keep going back and forth between 2 and Heroes, because, like, first off, I kind of have more of a nostalgia for Adventure 2 and Heroes, and second off, like, maybe not so much with Heroes, but with Adventure 2, for all of its faults, I feel like it has a better idea of what it's trying to do compared to Adventure 1, whereas Adventure 1 feels a little bit more all over the place by comparison.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those cases where I'm going to give it some pass, considering it was the first go.
Fair. But that I gotta get going, so.
Yeah, and so do we. With that said, we'll see you all next time for Sonic Adventure 2.
Thanks for tuning in to the Sonic Drift playthrough.
All's well that ends well.
I'm gonna shoot that kid again.
Sonic!